Welcome to English e-class once again, and in this section we are going to take our second part of chapter 4 in the book First Flight, namely from the diary of Anne Frank. So let's have a brief recap. What did we read in the previous e-lesson? We discussed that Anne Frank, she was given this diary by by her father on her 13th birthday. She was in a desperate need of a friend, so she started sharing all her feelings and all her emotions with her diary, and she gave her diary a beautiful name, Kitty. So instead of writing about the facts and historical things, she started writing about her own self in the diary. Being so young in age, she thought with a hesitation, why would somebody be interested in reading her life story? So she didn't want to plunge into writing abruptly, so she better thought of giving a brief description of herself and her family, though she didn't like this idea, yet she found it important, so she started doing so. She wrote a little about her family. This is what we did in the previous e-lesson. Now let's continue. Um, when she was starting writing the diary, she told about her father, Mr. Otto Frank. She loved her father very much, and she refers to her father as the most lovable father one could get. Her father married her mother when he was at the age of 36, and her mother was at 25 at that time. She and her sister Margot were both born in Frankfurt. As soon as Anne turned 4, her father moved to Holland, followed by her mother in September, while both the sisters stayed with their grandmother in Aachen. Margaret was also sent to Holland in December, followed by Anne in February, who was brought as a birthday present for Margaret. Anne presents her coming to Holland in a very humorous way. That was her sister's birthday when she finally was able to reunite with her family in Holland. So she says that I was put on the table like I was a birthday present for my sister. She funnily, in a very humorous manner, she explained her coming to Holland. Then she tells us about her grandmother, because when her parents they had shifted to Holland, they were settling themselves down. They had no such means to support their family, so both the sisters were living with their grandmother. So Anne was very fond of her grandmother. She loved her grandmother a lot. Unfortunately, her grandmother uh, left for her heavenly abode in January 1942. Anne used to miss her grandmother more than anyone knows. Now, the previous year in 1941, her birthday wasn't celebrated because that was the time when her grandmother expired. But this year, just as a compensation for the last year's loss, this year her birthday was to be celebrated with great zeal. She then mentions that her family is doing well now, which sums up her background and brings her to the present date of June 20, 1942, when she is writing her diary. So sometimes she gives dates and her diary, but she doesn't write much about historical events or facts. She writes about all those events which made her feel good or sometimes bad. So that is how we are reading from the diary of Anne Frank. Now she tells us about in Holland, she was sent to Montessori Nursery School. It was her first school. She started from first form, form means class, grade. She had Mrs. Kuperus, the headmistress, as a teacher in sixth form, who even cried at the time of farewell because that school was up till class 5. So when she was leaving the school, she cried at the farewell. In 1941, the author's birthday could not be celebrated, as I was telling you just a little while ago, because her grandmother fell ill and underwent an operation, and grandmother died in 1942. So the next year, when she celebrated her birthday, she lit one more candle on her cake because that was a remembrance for her grandmother. Then she starts telling something about her school, one incident when she says that She tells to Kitty. Kitty, who is Kitty? Her diary. She tells to Kitty that this was the time when all her classmates were nervous about their results, and like all the kids too, it is unpredictable and will be decided by a meeting of teachers in which they will select students to be moved to next class or kept back. Those who had fared well in the examination, they'll be promoted to the next class. Those who couldn't do good, they would be held back and they would have to repeat the class. So some of the students, they were making assumptions. Some of them were saying my exams didn't go good, so I would not be promoted. Other would say I had done well, so I would be promoted to the next class. So she was quite disturbed by listening to all these kinds of things by her friends, and in that state of mind, she said that some of them, they deserve to stay back in the same class because throughout the year they never do any work. Some had put in their entire summer savings at stake. She and her friend G also made fun of the nervous boys because the boys, they were making bets. They were saying, with their pocket money that they had saved, they were making bets on what issue, who will manage to move to the next class or who will be staying back in the previous one. So she had a friend whom she just calls G. She doesn't give the full name. They were also making fun of these nervous boys who were making bets, and they kept on saying to each other that I'm not going to pass, while others would console them and say, yes, you would. She was polite as she tried to stop them from making noise while Anne scolded them. So it shows another aspect of her personality, that Anne knew sometimes how to voice herself. She would not take everybody lightly. So when these boys were making a lot of noise in the class, she scolded them to keep quiet, but none of it worked. According to N, about a quarter of class shouldn't be allowed to pass because they hardly respond or take part in any of the activities. So this is one incident that she writes in her diary from her school life. Then she talks about her subject preferences and her teachers. The author says that she is not bothered about her friends because she is sure that they will pass. The only subject that she is unsure about is mathematics. She seems to be having a tough time with the subject, but all they could do was wait for the results and not lose their hope. She could do pretty well with all other subjects, but maths was a little disturbance for her, like most of the students. She also faced a little problem in mathematics. Some of the students are really good, but majority of them, they find maths a little difficult. Then she tells, I get along pretty well with all my teachers. It means that her equation with rest of her teachers was always good. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. There were 7 male teachers in her school and 2 women female teacher. Mr. Keesing, he was an old foggy. Foggy means an old man who teaches maths in her school. This was the name of her mathematics teacher, Mr. Keesing, who was annoyed with her because she, like most of the children of her age, used to talk a lot. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework when she kept on talking in the classroom. Earlier, Mr. Keesing uh, and was annoyed. He warned her a lot, but she would not listen. So he, as a part of punishment, gave her an extra assignment, an extra homework, and he asked her, though he was a mathematics teacher, yet he asked her to write an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. Who is a chatterbox? Somebody who talks too much, who speaks too much. So she thought, what can I write about a chatterbox? She thought she would worry about that later, and she jotted down the title in her notebook and tucked it in her bag and tried to keep quiet. These are some word meaning: old fogey, annoyed, chatterbox, jotted. And this is the explanation to the previous part that I just have read for you and explained for you. Then, while going back home, she comes across that note which she had made for herself as a reminder, and then she started thinking about the topic while chewing the tip of a fountain pen. This we generally do. We start chewing on the tip of the pen or the pencil when we are musing over something, when we are thinking over something. So, this is a gesture that signifies a person is in deep thinking. While anyone could mention random stuff written for the sake of filling pages, she wanted to present concrete argument in support of talking. So it shows her love for writing. Even at that tender age of 13, she had a right knack for writing. And this I would advise you all, try to be creative, and don't run away from giving your thoughts and expression in writing. Whenever you feel something, try to jot it down, write it down. It would improve your writing skill. So she didn't want only to fill the pages, and she didn't want to do this work out of formality. She really wanted to write down certain concrete argument in a support of talking. So she mentioned to her teacher that she will try her best to better herself as a student, but talking is something that cannot be eliminated completely, and that's quite true. This is because she said that it is a trait which I have inherited from my mother. She said that her mother also talks too much and she can't help it much, that she cannot stop talking. This is how she ended up writing 3 pages on the topic. Her teacher, as an extra assignment, had asked her to write an essay on Chatterbox, and she ended up by writing 3 pages. So here we come to an end of this second lecture for chapter 4. We'll meet in the next lecture.